Hi, my name is Brooke Baker, and I have with me Pastor Carter, who is the editor-in-chief and founder of a gorgeous magazine that deals with not only the versatility of beauty, but also with youth empowerment called Dream Teen Magazine. And Bria was published on the cover of a on one of the which cover was it?
First one, our first edition.
The first edition. Bria was on the cover of that magazine as well as me. So we're gonna ask you a couple of questions when dealing with that. What about Bria inspired you and made you want to make her the cover of your first ever magazine?
Her accomplishments and what would draw youth, teens, and tweens to our magazine. What would encourage them? What would have them, make them, propel them to go after their dreams? And seeing all that she's doing and where she's going, I believe that has impelled our youth. Just looking at it, actually the cover is just gorgeous. It's lively, it's captivating, and looking at that cover and seeing all that she does, not just the beauty, but the accomplishments, draws other teens to say that I can dream, and not only that, I can go after my dreams, the things that I imagine, the things I can put them on paper and I can go after them.
That's absolutely beautiful. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your past with empowerment?
I started Dream Team Magazine as a newsletter, and I knew that the newsletter would not reach the masses as I wanted to do, and actually was limited in pages. And I wanted to go after teen entrepreneurs, CEOs, achievers, budding stars. And the newsletter just wasn't enough. So that Dream Team Magazine came about in reference to a program that I had, Ray Light Central, and Ray Light Central came about from a book that I did. So one propelled me to move forward in the other, and that's how it all started.
Absolutely amazing. Now, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about what is the importance of women empowerment to you?
Women empowerment to me is young ladies going after their dreams, not settling. Moving forward, doing. I believe that everyone is creative. And why do I believe that? Because we are created from a creative God, so we can only be creative. And I do believe that we are so creative, we're so intelligent, and just going after it. So empowering women to me means touching another woman, touching another youth, that they are not just sitting on the side or sideline, but they're doing what's inside of them. They're doing destiny.
That sounds amazing. Well, I want to say thank you for having this interview with me. Your hair looks absolutely delicious, and we can't wait to see what's going to be coming on your later issues. Ms. Burke, you are looking like everything and a bag of chips. You are just doing it today. Yes, Ms. Burke. Yes. If anyone does not know, Ms. Burke is our LOD mother, basically. And me, my sister, Bria, as well as Blair, have all been a part of her LOD sorority. And it's such an amazing sorority. Do you mind telling us a little bit about it?
I certainly don't mind. I don't want to hold the microphone. The Ladies of Dodd was founded in 2005 by myself and by Mrs. Giselle Campbell-Ham, who is now assistant principal at Freeport High School. And the premise was to create an organization for middle school girls that would support and expect high self-esteem, community service, and sisterhood for middle school girls. We saw a need. We saw that at the middle school age, 11, 12, 13, there was a deterioration of those three categories. So by creating a group where they could be celebrated for doing the right thing, for honoring their elders, and for being able to hold on to another young woman and support her instead of tearing each other down, which is what we see all over the media, that we would encourage that behavior, and obviously it works because it continues. When I look at Brooke,
it works beautifully. Some people say that this is the birthplace of Bria's love for community service. Can you say some community service that Ladies of Dodd does do?
Oh my goodness. And then I can also speak to Bria and how we started there and ended up here. Ladies of God tries to get involved with several different types of community service as far as the breast cancer walk. We have supported the Head to Toe Foundation as far as packing book bags to send to over 10 countries and all of the continents all over the world. We also collaborated with the Head to Toe Foundation for Hurricane Sandy, sending book bags to Freeport students right here that need help. We have raised money and awareness for diabetes. We have walked for, oh my goodness, March of Dimes, and the list goes on and on. Something as simple as a community service for their own town. If someone needs someone to hand out a program,
Yes.
at a concert, we'll be there. If someone needs, just the other day we were at the Columbus School Centennial Celebration, and it's as simple as handing someone some food so that the teacher or the advisor involved could actually keep their mind on more important things. So we try to focus on community, whether it's for our school, just our town, or our world.
That sounds amazing. Absolutely beautiful. If you don't mind, my last question, what is the importance of women empowerment to you?
The importance of women empowerment to me speaks so boldly because we are the core and the center. Everything grows from women. Life comes from our core. And unfortunately, in so many places in the world, little girls aren't told that. Little girls have that spirit beaten out of them so that we don't know our power and our strength. So with all of the women, the honorees, the church that you're involved with, the Head to Toe Foundation, if everyone would just get together and plant this little seed of self-esteem in a little girl in the world, just imagine what everyone will be able to accomplish.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much, Ms. Brooke, for having this interview. You are amazing.
You are amazing.
You are amazing. Okay, Ms. Garpone, I know you are the executive director of the Women's Fund of Long Island. So how do you feel about, since you are basically sort of the stepping stone of Bria's nonprofit organization, Head to Toe, you were the first step to her creating such a beautiful organization.
Well, I actually wasn't there at the time when Bria came on, so I was there after. But I got there at the time when she had already started Head to Toe, and that she was able to come back and do her Pack to Empower after the hurricane hit. So I actually got to see the magic in action at that time, and I was really, really impressed by her, what she was able to accomplish.
That sounds amazing. Can you tell us a little bit of your past when dealing with women empowerment?
Well, for me, I've lived all over the world, so I've lived in every country that people don't want to know about or, haven't heard of in Africa and Latin America and Eastern Europe, dealing with women's issues and human rights issues. And then coming back here to Long Island to realize that the very same issues that we're dealing with all over the world are actually happening here in our backyard. And so I find it really empowering to see such young women, your sister, yourself, your other sister included, and your family tackling some of these issues and raising awareness of what's happening in our own backyard.
That sounds absolutely amazing. How do you feel about Bria's nonprofit organization and basically the stumbling stone that she's creating for other young girls coming behind her?
We need young women like her. We need young women to help other women and give them that stepping stone, give them a platform to stand on and give them a voice and give them that role model. We all want to look up to somebody, and I think she's an incredible role model to look up to.
She is. My last question would be, well, I guess my question would be, what do you expect of Bria to come in the next few years? What do you expect to happen maybe for women empowerment in general? Do you expect, what do you hope to see happen?
Well, I only expect great things from Bria. I think at each turn, I'm not surprised at what comes next. I'm so incredibly happy and elated when she calls me up and tells me she's doing whatever it is that she's doing, because that's what I expect from Bria. And I think for women's empowerment, this is what we're about. We're about that next generation and those young people coming up and taking a stand and making their voice heard. And so I'm really proud and honored to be here today to celebrate all of that and celebrate all of these women.
Okay, thank you so much for having an interview. You are beautiful, and this is a beautiful event. Thank you. My beautiful grandmother. This is my first time seeing her in about a week because she has been speaking. Yes, too long. This is my rock. This is my woman. This is just my role model. Can I ask you a question? What has been your past when dealing with women empowerment?
I love it because it changes my life as I reach out and unravel confusion in other people's lives. So I love empowering and celebrating women because so many women in the world have missed that, and it's my role and my presentation to reach out to all women. It doesn't matter which race, it just doesn't matter, and I enjoy that with all my heart.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Can I ask you a question? How do you feel about everything that Bria has done in her life when dealing with women empowerment, and what do you feel is to come?
Well, I think it's awesome, not only Bria, but all of your mom's children. The mom is the one that set the pace, and Bria just loves going to the hospital when she was so young, giving a toy away, and I think that's so powerful. So it emerged even more in her own life and in her own heart, and so it's a natural gift. We have all kinds of giftings, but that's a natural gift of hers, and she has expanded on that, and I'm just so proud of my grands and my daughter Tina, who set that fire in her children's lives. Yeah.
She really has. She is both powerful, beautiful women. Man, you are just amazing.
And you're amazing.
You are amazing.
You're on your way.
I'm on my way. Oh, turn up. I'm on my way. Yes.
Her new journey.
She already knows.
So happy.
I love you. Yes. How do you feel that this beautiful breakfast went?
It was amazing. It was phenomenal to see these incredible, powerful women who have done so much for the community, given so much of themselves to make a difference in the lives of other people who are not as fortunate as we are. And it was just a beautiful event. I'm so happy that I was able to be part of it and to congratulate all the recipients. They were all phenomenal, incredible, strong women. From Bria, who, you know, I've known since 7th grade, and she's been just an incredible young lady. To see 3 generations of the Carter family, because your grandmother, the bishop, she's just an outstanding. There's something about her that just leaves you in awe. And then your mother, Miss Tina, who is a mover and a shaker. So it was an incredible, wonderful experience, and I'm so glad that I was a part of it.
Okay, great. Do you expect anything to come? Like, are you looking for anything for the Baker family, or?
I'm looking forward to see what's next, and for Pack to Empower, the Head to Toe Prom is coming back around, so I'm sure we're gonna be able to be a part of somebody giving a donation to support young ladies who want to be a princess for a day. So I know that this is not, the best is yet to come. I know there's much more coming.
Thank you so much. Hi, how are you guys? I just wanted to ask you guys, what does women empowerment mean to you?
Oh, woman empowerment to me means, looking up to those that opened the doors for us before us, like our grandmothers, our moms, and the women pioneers like Rosa Parks, for example. You know, she stood up for the civil rights movement in a time where people were scared to stand up for their rights. You know, the ladies of New York at Seneca Falls in the 1920s, when they organized themselves to make sure that women had the right to vote. You know, and that legacy that has been carried on year after year to make sure that we continue to open doors, because there are many doors that are still closed for us women, to make sure that our daughters, our nieces, our friends, young ladies like yourself have the opportunity to rise to the best that you can be.
And just to piggyback off of what she said, women empowerment is really about women being honest about their stories, their journey. Because sometimes I think there's so much empowerment in hearing other women's stories and understanding that you can relate and that's your story, and just seeing other people that have made it. And as she said, Rosa Parks and people like that, my neighbor Toni Morrison, you know, amazing women who have overcome such amazing obstacles and odds and still rose to become great. And I think that if we can continue to be honest and tell our stories and empower others, take one along with you, do what you and your sister are doing, you know, I think to me that really is the definition of empowerment of women.
Thank you so much. Is there anything you would like to highlight about this breakfast that really impacted you in a special way?
Well, I have to tell you, the backpack program that you ladies are doing, that's just amazing. You know, I mean, just to see what you guys put together to bring to less fortunate children is just an honor. And, you know, and I encourage you to continue to do it. And anything that you may need help for, please feel free to reach out to me, and let's make it a bigger and better, amazing thing than what you're doing.
And I think that you're just an amazing example, you and your sister, your entire family, of what it takes, because you know what, people dream so big, and because they can't save the whole world, they don't try to do anything. But it really takes just one person doing one thing. Start with one backpack, start with one donation, start with one little idea, and that can grow. You know, the saying says, to whom much is given, much is expected. And I think that you have embraced that, and your sister, God bless her, for being so young and being such an amazing example for other young girls to follow. It really just takes one, and that's really all that God expects of us.
I completely agree. And as a parting note, would you like to give a word of advice to our youth coming up, or any young women that are trying to make a change in this world?
Well, I'll like she said, I'm sharing amazing stories. I have to tell you, you know, I'm an immigrant. I came here to Freeport when I was 9 years old from Dominican Republic, spoke no English. I used to say Piople. I used to say, you know, Plymouth instead of Plymouth. And, you know, but one thing that other friends of mine, like Vashti, you know, she embraced me. She says, you know what, I'll teach you English, you teach me Spanish. You know, it's okay to be different, you know, and sometimes as females and women, we sometimes are uncomfortable with ourselves just because we look different. It's beautiful to be different. You know, we need to be able to realize and accept who we are in order to put that little grain of beans to make a difference. And that's my message to our young ladies. Be proud of who you are, of how God made you, and you will do amazing things.
I agree. I think women are so awesome and so beautiful, and I think that we sometimes see images on television that we try to compare ourselves to, but that's the finished product. That's the polished result. That's airbrushed. That's so different from what you see in person. Real beauty is what you see in person. Real beauty is how you wake up in the morning. You look at yourself in the mirror. When you can find beauty in yourself, when you look at yourself in the mirror when you first wake up, then that's where you build your confidence from. And we're all beautiful. And I think that it's sad to see so many girls that are upset because they don't have long hair, or because, you know, they're dark skin versus light skin, or whatever it is. Their body type's not exactly what they want. They don't look like Beyonce or Jennifer Lopez. But the reality is that Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez look exactly the same way you do first thing in the morning. And that's what I think girls have to remember. Be yourself and find that inner beauty, because that's what's going to carry you through life.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I hope you both had an amazing time, and we really appreciate you both coming. Thank you.